Right, it's been forever. Hello. I don't even know why it's taken so long, but it has, and we're here. A couple of things. Good to see you. Um, can you imagine watching this back in the? Well, no, you're a Who person, whomever you are, because you're watching me talking about Who. But can you imagine if you weren't a Who person and you tuned into episode 2 of Ghostlight as we have done after 3 weeks or whatever, 4 weeks. This is just weird beyond weird. And you've got to say, no matter how good this is, and it is so good, your casual fan's just going to go, say, what? Because, no disrespect to your casual fan, and I was one of, I was a person then. I was a proper human then. I don't think most television viewers were quite as sophisticated. That sounds really patronising. I do apologise to anybody as old as me, and indeed a bit older. But I don't think, and the show wasn't built to miss episode ones, was it? Really, it's quite intriguing to me. As Moffat said, we'll talk about this in a moment. But Moffat said recently, that there's no bad episode ones in Doctor Who, but the knock-on effect of that is you need that episode 1 to propel you through to episode 2. So tuning into this is just proper weird. I personally think that this is one of the most beautifully written classic Who stories. The dialogue pings in a way, honestly, that I don't remember dialogue. No, that's wrong. I'm going to make a silly comparison then. I was going to say City of Death, but that's not true. There's just moments here, like Tricky Things, Mammoths. What a brilliant, stupid line. What a fantastic. But, it's littered with stuff like that all the way through. And McCoy's just like being absolutely awesome. And all the, Nimrod's class. He's like the Bilal of McCoy's era, as far as I'm concerned. Let's have a spin-off with Nimrod, because what a legend. Control, I mean, I know what's coming with Control, and I love that. Radcliffe, all of it. I love all of them. I just think this is littered with brilliant characters. And here's the thing, though. This is weird. Now, I've said this. I probably said this in the last video. I know this story back to front. Liv's seen this story once, and Liv just said to me, and bear in mind that she's the cleverest person I know, it's a bit confusing, this. And it is a bit confusing. If you've read the novelisation and watched this 1,000 times, and whatever spin-off fiction I've read that, I don't know if anything leads into this, but I'm sure. Anyway, not to worry. I know what's going on, back to front. But there's no doubt that whether it be through intent or fierce editing, because that was something that's indicative of the McCoy era, a lot of this is fairly hard to grasp on first whiz through, or even potentially second or third whiz through. And weirdly, it just so happens that in the real timeline, we've just had a story that I think chimes beautifully with this one, which is, and I know that, this is obviously the most recent, Ghostlight is the most recent Doctor Who story that's ever been made, according to the rules of the Whoathon. 73 yards, if anybody has travelled in the future with me and seen it, I think there's a parallel to be drawn here, which is a lot of the debate raging on X, admittedly, which is, the go-to place to find people arguing with each other, is 73 yards. Does it make sense? I suppose is the key question. Does it make sense? Does it resolve itself neatly? And my answer to that, for anybody who's bothered, is no. But as an aside, but I don't think it matters. I genuinely don't think it matters. I think that works of art, I'm also reading, actually, weirdly, I've just finished it. I wouldn't massively recommend it. No disrespect to Matthew Hollis, but it's a book about the wasteland, which is my favourite poem. Being somebody's not bad into poetry, but there we go. But I don't necessarily think works of art or entertainment need to make sense. I think that, concrete, neat resolutions are overrated. I think if you've got something that's evocative enough and has its own, not logic, that's the wrong word, but emotional drive, and is brave with its symbolism and is coherent within its own parameters, then I don't think neatly tied up resolutions. Life doesn't have neatly tied up resolutions, so I don't necessarily see why 45-minute episodes of Doctor Who should have. And I loved 73 Yards. I don't know if it's my favourite one of the new set, but it's, you know, of the four, it's up there. It's at least in my top three. There's no doubt about that. So I think Ghostlight, for me, is just an absolute joy because the gaps are part of the fun. And the gaps can easily be closed with Ghostlight, but anyway, there we go. Just absolutely magnificent. My gosh, wasn't Doctor Who so good at this era? And isn't Sylvester McCoy just the very best Doctor? Gonna keep crowing on about it for as long as I can, but he is the best. There's no question in my mind about it. There we go. Say la vie. Right, say bye, Lib.
Bye.
There we go. Bye-bye.